Crawford. It's tricky. I want Crawford to win, but it doesn't look like it's going to happen. I would like for that to happen, but this guy's a hard puncher. He's a smart fighter. He can move. I'm just curious. I just want to see it. I want to be there to see it.
He feels like this is a ridiculous fight. He states that Terence Crawford moving up 2 weight classes.
Into the fight, I just didn't like the fact that Terence Crawford had to go up 2 weight classes. I just didn't really like that. I mean,
Mike Tyson doesn't hold back on Terence Crawford taking on Canelo Alvarez. According to Tyson, Crawford doesn't need this fight. He's already a legend with his name etched in history. Stepping up against a naturally bigger opponent is risky and could backfire, hurting his flawless legacy instead of boosting it. Tyson stresses that weight classes exist for a reason, and ignoring them shifts the odds dangerously. He respects Crawford's skill but believes the smartest move is to protect the greatness he's already earned.
Posted the other day, there's a picture of you in a Rolls Royce, and you said, quote is, "I can't remember how many of these I gave away."
Crawford. It's tricky. I want Crawford to win, but it doesn't look like it's going to happen. I would like for that to happen, but this guy's a hard puncher. He's a smart fighter. He can move. I'm just curious. I just want to see it. I want to be there to see it. Because listen, there's been upsets like that before. Henry Armstrong, 124 pounds, he beat the 146-pound champ. So, you never know. Anything can happen when 2 men are in a ring or in a basketball court. Anything can happen.
Mike Tyson blasts the idea of Terence Crawford facing Canelo Alvarez, calling it downright ridiculous. He points out that weight classes exist for a reason, to protect fighters. The size gap between Crawford and Canelo, Tyson argues, is too big to ignore, making the fight risky and unfair. Such a matchup, he warns, could overshadow Crawford's hard-earned achievements. While Tyson respects Crawford's talent, he insists this challenge is unnecessary and could damage his legacy instead of elevating it, urging smart moves over reckless risks.
Think about Terence Crawford calling out Canelo.
I don't like that fight.
Why not?
I don't like that fight. It's just too much weight. And he had a close fight with the last guy he fought, Terence, because this guy was big and he was awkward. He was really awkward. He shouldn't have fought that guy. He fought a guy that was come straight at him. The guy was too awkward.
He's herky-jerky.
Yeah.
See, there's a missing arm.
Wins by way of knockout. And Mike Tyson, he feels like this is a ridiculous fight. He states that Terence Crawford moving up 2 weight classes is a ridiculous fight, and that he's just simply too small, and he's going to lose, and lose bad. He feels like he didn't want to say it, but he hinted around he's going to get knocked out, right? He thinks that, Terence Crawford has skills, he's talented, but he just feels like there's weight class for a reason. Like many people in the sport of boxing, they feel like it's weight classes for a reason. And so, he's not the first person to feel this way. But my thoughts is this. Should Terence Crawford be victorious, as I expect him to, the hype train for Terence Crawford's legacy only gets bigger. Because there's so many people that are doubting Terence Crawford's ability to beat Canelo Alvarez because of the size, right? They feel like this is David and Goliath. And that story, that mythical story, is so big and so legendary because of the size difference. You had the small little guy, slaying the giant, right? It's just not supposed to happen. And so this just bolsters the myth of Terence Crawford.
Dawoud Bay, a respected voice in boxing, shared his take on how Terence Crawford and Canelo Alvarez prep for their biggest bouts. He compared their sparring setups, noting Canelo surrounds himself with powerful partners who mimic upcoming opponents, crafting sessions to expose weaknesses and prepare for every scenario. Crawford, Bay explains, thrives on adaptability and sharp technical tweaks in the ring. However, Bay questioned whether Crawford's sparring truly prepares him for moving up in weight against a naturally bigger, seasoned champion like Canelo. He made it clear, he doesn't favor Crawford stepping up 2 divisions. Crawford has already secured his place among boxing's elite, undefeated, multi-division champion, and widely respected. Taking on such a massive weight and size challenge, Bay warns, is an unnecessary gamble that could risk his legacy. Fans already recognize Crawford's greatness. He doesn't need this fight to prove it.
Well, Canelo got a world champion right now in his camp with him with Boots. Well, Boots vacated.
Gordo.
Yeah. Well, I don't know how much support adds to this. He's a southpaw and he's a smaller guy. I think that's just sharp brain. That's like if Boots was boxing Celine. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, okay, boxing him, my young boy nice, but he don't pertain to the fight necessarily. But everybody don't train like that anyway. Everybody don't look for to have all of these sparring partners be like identical or in the same round of the person they fighting. Some people they spar like sharp minds, so they'll just try to have the best people they can have. So you never know what Bo McAnu's strategy is.
As far as stylistic, who do you feel like has the advantage heading into it? Well, I'm just looking at the sparring partner.
Sparring partners, I think Boots not the same as Terence Crawford, right? But I think he has athleticism and he's a switcher and he'll kind of go off for the playbook to do his thing. I think mind state wise, I think Boots is a big help. The guys that Crawford got in there,
Mr. Martinez cracking.
no, he punching. That's what I'm saying. It's like I feel like, bro, I don't know who got the best of that.
You ever seen Darrell Valsing?
I have. You know, I'm a Haitian boy, so you know what I'm saying. But it's just hard. It's hard to, man. I just think the sparring for this fight is elite on both sides. I think that they both taking each other seriously. You can tell that by sparring partners that they brought in, and I'm just kind of anxious to see the fight. Like going into the fight, I wasn't really too. I just didn't like the fact that Terence Crawford had to go up 2 weight classes. I just didn't really like that. I mean, being honest, as a black boxing fan, when I take my coaching hat off, like, no, I don't want to see our best fighter have to go up 2 weight classes. I don't like that. But you think about it and you like, well, look, first of all, I don't want to deny that man. I wouldn't want to say nothing or even have it in my heart to deny that man that kind of financial like blessing that he gonna get from fighting Canelo. Not only that, he chasing greatness.
British journalist Gareth A. Davies frames the Crawford versus Canelo matchup as more than just a fight. It could be a defining moment in boxing history. According to Davies, Crawford stepping into the ring with a larger, seasoned superstar like Canelo Alvarez is an opportunity to solidify his status among the all-time greats. Every legendary fighter faces moments where skill, courage, and ambition collide, and this could be Crawford's pivotal test. Davies highlights that taking on Canelo gives Crawford a chance to silence critics who question the scope of his achievements. The matchup, he stresses, isn't just about weight classes or physical size. It's about legacy and how a champion is remembered for generations. While Davies acknowledges the enormous risk, a single misstep could blemish an otherwise perfect record, he emphasizes that these are exactly the challenges that separate true icons from mere champions. Victories matter, but so does the courage to confront the toughest possible tests. For Crawford, this fight could define not only his career but also his place in boxing history, turning a bold decision into a legacy-defining moment.
The levels that he's gone through, the weights that he's gone through, and the opponents that he has been in with, he's come up short against a couple, but he's come through some big challenges as well through his 65, 66 professional bout since he was 15 years of age. There's no doubt that this is the biggest test of Terence Crawford's career, not only because of the weight step up, but also because of the level of the opponent. But anybody that's watched Terence Crawford's career knows full well how much talent this young man has. I mean, he is absolutely sensational, both as an orthodox and as a southpaw fighter. You can't really tell which is his favourite side. He's that good. The angles that he creates, and the way that he not only dissects people, but the way that he puts his foot down when he gets somebody hurt He's
spiteful.
He's truly, truly impressive.
But what he also does, and this is where I think people are making the mistake with the fight with Israel Madrimov last summer in Los Angeles, was that Terence doesn't mind doing enough to win. He doesn't. If he knows he's got to win on points, he's happy to tuck everything neatly in the office and win round by round. It reminds me of Floyd Mayweather. It reminds me of Pernell Whitaker. It reminds me of guys that win with ease without overstretching themselves, that don't have to get in a battle. But when he's got someone hurt, as you rightly say, he's spiteful. I'm not sure he'll get Canelo hurt in this fight, but if his timing and his movement are on, slightly slowed Canelo, who likes to load up these days, could find himself frustrated by Terence Crawford.
Yeah, and there's also the aspect of when he is behind. I mean, we've all seen that famous clip where he's fighting Sean Porter. Somebody sells him ringside. They've got him down on the cards. He goes for gears to stop Sean Porter in the very next round. There's also that element to him. He's brilliant. He's absolutely brilliant. But he's also fighting someone that's equally as brilliant. A very different type of style, Canelo.
And a fan favourite.
Terence Crawford's journey has been nothing short of phenomenal. From 65 to 66 pro fights since he was 15, he's faced big challenges, stumbled a couple of times, but consistently proven his talent. Now, stepping up in weight to face Canelo Alvarez marks the biggest test of his career, not just because of the size difference, but because of the level of the opponent. Crawford's versatility as both an orthodox and southpaw fighter makes him nearly unpredictable. His angles, timing, and ability to capitalize on hurt opponents are ruthless. He's smart, methodical, and can win comfortably round by round,